Hello everyone, Elite Clockwoman here. Finally, after 2 weeks of waiting, episode 39 part 2 came out, and it was definitely worth our expectations, as the episode lasted 9 minutes. Which is crazy! And we saw a lot of different events, and learned more about where the story is going. In general, in this episode, there were not a lot of battles, and the episode was more about the plot, and what is going on at the moment. And we finally learned the true face of Megatron, as Bro began his evil arc. And I predicted that this would be the case after he mercilessly killed many innocent people. We also learned more about the plans of the toilets, who are trying to buy time to finish G-Man Apocalypse project. And we also learned what the Dragon Drill Man is capable of, and he never ceases to amaze me. Overall, we have a lot to talk about, and in this video, I will explain to you what happened here and where the story is going. And we will also find all the details and secrets and discuss what awaits us in the future. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's try to get 10,000 likes on this video if you want to make me happy. And here we go. The episode starts with a fight between Dragon and Nemesis, and I'm surprised that Nemesis managed to get up after the last punch from Dragon. And Nemesis is a really tough guy, and I thought it was strange how Nemesis looked at the lab building, and it was clear from the beginning that Nemesis needed to keep the Dragon as far away from that base as possible, because he started attacking it and provoking the Dragon to go after him. And since Drillman is a little dump character, he fell for the enemy's trick and tried to chase him. But suddenly, Titan TV Man caught him by the tail and tried to convince the Dragon not to try to catch Nemesis, as it was part of the toilet's plan. And he explained that Nemesis was trying to keep him as far away from their base as possible. But it was obvious that the Dragon didn't care about any of that and just wanted to smash Nemesis at any cost. So he hit TV Man and went after him. And Titan TV Man also said that he hated Drillman because Bro was really dumb. But at the same time, we saw the pencil mommy who was watching all this. But suddenly behind her appeared black smoke, from which came out a squad of minions. And I freaked out when mommy transformed her hand into a big eraser. And honestly, it looks wild. But in fact, we should have expected such an ability from the pencil race, so it makes sense. But we learned that the pencil mommy can transform her body parts into different shapes, and it's definitely a cool ability. And with the eraser, she literally erased the neck of one of the mutants and ripped his head off of his body, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a cheater ability. But then, we saw another hot chick, who said she was just waiting for this very moment for mommy to be distracted, and she started loading her cannon that can do a lot of damage to Titans. But we were lucky that Pencil Woman had a good reaction time, and she was able to dodge this attack. And look at this cool slow-mo, it's really epic. But mommy noticed that some of the red energy hit her arm, and she had to cut it off. Because if she didn't, her body could have been paralyzed like Titan TV Man's body was. And you know that red energy from that gun literally makes a useless vegetable out of Titans and limits their strength and movement. And even such powerful guy as Titan TV Man could barely move after a direct hit. And obviously Pencil Woman's body is more fragile than Titan TV Man's. So if she got hit, it could have been the end of her. And after she cut off her arm, she got to the ground and was surrounded by a squad of enemies. But I was shocked that mommy was able to literally restore her arm again. As you can see that before her core began to spin and collect energy and redirect this energy into the arm. But for some reason, these stupid minions waited all the time until mommy calmly restored her arm, although they could have attacked immediately. But you know, I'm used to such stupid actions as it usually always happens in movies, when the villains, for some reason, do not kill his enemies immediately and wait for something. So that's okay. Then we saw this girl again, and she said that she understood how mommy fights, and that she is not so dangerous in close combat. Although, if you ask me, I think that mommy can also fight in close combat. Well, for the toilets, it is better that she is on the ground and focused on those enemies that are there, then she will stand on the wall and literally shoot everyone with pencils. So I think her plan succeeded. But still, in the plan was one downside, as she forgot about the Titan Speaker Man who tried to impress mommy and began to cut all her enemies. And even she was surprised that the Titans are literally everywhere. But it was not the end, as black smoke appeared again, and new mutants came out of it. And damn, it seems to me that these dudes never end. Bald Bro probably created them day and night, and I'm already bored with them. And the pink girl said that if the Alliance has enough Titans, they have enough warriors. Well, honestly, it's hard for me to call these dumb dudes warriors. But in any case, even they are doing a great job, because the main goal is not to kill the Titans, but to hold them off until Project G-Man Apocalypse is finished. And finally, we are shown Titan TV Man, who has his own mission. And finally, he got that thing that looks like a radio tower he got from the scientists. And I wonder how that thing didn't break after the battle that TV Man participated in. And it's pretty goofy that he kept that thing under his cloak, so that thing should have broken. And I imagined that he will use a teleporter to teleport that tower to himself. But anyway, he set up the tower, and then we saw it activate as green writing appeared on the screens. But Minions never gets old and started distracting him again. And at this time, the girl tried to stop the thing and said that she didn't know what it was, but she needed to stop it, and that she needed support. But at this time, a large TV man with a large pencil man with a container with another small alliance squad appeared. And to be honest, this is a very cool squad, as it has agents from each race, and together they will be very hard to stop. But the girl also got reinforcements in the form of a toilet squad. But Bro TV Man started to stand out, and said that they should have sent more toilets to deal with them, and Bro instantly started a disco. But unfortunately, we didn't see the toilets dancing as we were moved to another place. And it was like we were in hell because there's lava everywhere. And now we're going to watch Nemesis fight against the dragon. And it looks like Drillman got tired of just flying and decided to treat the mutant with his powerful laser beam, thus copying Godzilla. And Nemesis definitely felt the full force of this attack because Bro literally got slammed into the lava, so the lava level started to rise. But it's strange to me why Nemesis didn't get fried in the lava, because I was sure he should have been fried by the heat. But it seems like the Bro doesn't care about that. And he even got up and tried to counterattack with his tentacle, but the dragon grabbed the tentacle with his mouth and threw Nemesis like a toy. But suddenly, he got a call and we were moved inside the Skibidi base. And then Baldi started yapping that Nemesis's mission was just to keep the dragon as far away from the base as possible. And he mentioned that their mission was to buy more time, not to kill Titans. But Nemesis started complaining that it wasn't that easy to keep the crazy dragon at bay, and I totally agree with him. And at this point, the dragon was attacking him with its powerful laser beams, but the Bro just covered himself with his fingerprint shield, and I can't stop smiling at that. But then Drillman did something crazy, as his chest and wings started to build up a huge amount of energy, which he converted into beams that could penetrate even Nemesis's shield. And it's insane! And after such a powerful attack, Nemesis realized that he couldn't hold the dragon any longer, and he asked Baldi to send over the other special agents number 4 and 5. And by the way, we haven't seen the special agents with those numbers yet, and I think they're like Nemesis, because the numbers of the little special agents start with number 6. And that means that number 4 and 5 are just as big and strong as Nemesis. But Baldi turned him down and said that these guys are the backup against Titan Clockman, and he said that Nemesis would have to fight alone because that would give them some time, and they can't take a risk. And then Nemesis started yapping, but suddenly a portal opened in the lab, and Megatron came out of it. But notice that Baldi was not surprised for some reason, and even replied to Nemesis that he hates him, and only then started attacking Megatron, who didn't even feel this attack, and even tried to troll Baldi saying, "That was so cute," and also treated him with his laser beam from his eye, after which the scientist went to sleep for a while. And Megatron started downloading information from the scientist's computer, and then he said some very important words, that he was not going to stop their punny apocalypse, and he even left the scientist alive and just teleported out of there. And those words were rather odd since we remember that Megatron wanted to stop this apocalypse before, but now he doesn't care about it. And I think he wanted to stop this project before because he wasn't under the Master's control, and he really wanted to stop the project, or he just said that to convince the other agents. But why doesn't he want to stop the apocalypse now? Actually, the reason is very obvious. The Master does not benefit from the toilets losing war against the Alliance, and he is even interested in making the apocalypse happen, because if they do, the agents and toilets will literally kill each other, and eventually the Master will just come to Earth and finish off those who are left, and easily take over the Earth, and that is his goal. And I suspect that the agents and toilets will need an alliance if they want to defeat the Master, and I think they will. And think about it, if the toilets manage to finish the project, they will have a better chance to fight with the Alliance, and if the project will be stopped, the Alliance will simply destroy them without loss, and then they will kill the Master. And if the project will be ready, the toilets will fight against the Alliance on equal terms. Even in the case if they lose among the Alliance will be huge losses, and the Master will be easier to defeat them. I think I've explained it clearly. And Megatron just got all the information about the toilets, so that if they win this war, the Master will have all the information about them to make it easier for him to win. And Megatron returned to his base, and out of the portal came another alien thing that said they had found the Counter Titan. But Megatron said he had to go somewhere else, and that he needed to convince his father of something, and the aliens told him not to waste their time and to do it faster. But the big question is, what does he have to convince his father of? From the obvious reasons, I think he will try to yap that the Master is on their side and that he wants to free this planet from the toilets. But in fact, we know that Master wants to kill everyone and rule this planet. But Megatron will try to convince his father that the Master is their friend. Maybe that's what will happen. Or he will try to convince him of something else. But so far, I have no other ideas, so write what you think about it. After that, we were shown a counter-titan who was killing Skibidi minions. Also note that it seems that he is now near the Skibidi base, as you can see a similar wall, and only in this location he could face minions because their mission is to hold back the Titans. And after Bro smashed another minion, he was about to move on, but suddenly he stopped and sparks formed near his core that seemed to paralyze him. And then we heard a voice that said, "You really thought you could get away after you disobeyed orders." And we also realized that he was just a toy that was no longer needed by the Master. And these sparks made the real Counter-Titan come out of this body. Because the spider is actually the real form of the Counter-Titan, and this spider was just controlling that body. But as you can see, the spider survived, and I think it will play a very important role in the future. And when the Counter-Titan's body became empty, this thing went back to the Pencil Man's base, and said to be still, and that he had proven his loyalty and importance by his actions, and now he would control the Counter-Titan's body. And the Counter-Titan's core lit up green, and the Bro finally went crazy because he started laughing and said that this technology is beyond everything, and he wouldn't let them down. Yeah, well, maybe he won't disappoint them, but he never ceases to leave us disappointed with his cunning and betrayal, and hopefully Bro gets what he deserves in his first fight. But the scene has changed again, and we're back to watching poor Nemesis being pushed from place to place. And this battle is coming to its finale as Drillman went into close combat to tear the poor dude apart. But by some miracle, Nemesis managed to fight him off and even throw him into the lava, where for some reason the dragon began to drown. And it's a dragon dam. He must not give a shit about that. And even Nemesis didn't give a shit about the lava, and it's wild. And Nemesis took advantage of this moment and tried to escape from there. But unfortunately, part of his jetpack broke from the damage, and then the dragon literally rose out of the lava, and it looks like he absorbed the power of the lava because he became like it. And the Bro is literally cosplaying the Balrog from the Lord of the Rings, and it's really awesome. And Drillman went crazy and swooped down on Nemesis to kiss him, and began to literally smash the mutant's face with his fast punches at a breakneck speed. And yes, I know it's a reference to the game Metal Gear Rising: Vengeance, and that's great. But I'd say it's more like JoJo reference. But either way, Bro Nemesis won't survive it. And when Drillman threw the last punch, it was over, and that was the end of this crazy episode. But what are we waiting for in the new episode? Of course we are waiting for another battle, maybe even with the participation of Megatron and Titan Clockman. Or we will finally see the little agents who tried to save Drillwoman. But in any case, when we get some leaks, I will tell you more. But that's all for today. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching it. Elite Clockwoman out.